Namaste and hip hop hooray. What's going on, boys and girls from across the world? My name is mikeY, and today's class we're going to be doing yoga for low back pain. So if you guys have been sitting for a while or maybe even standing for a while, whatever it is, you might be feeling a little bit of pinch in your low back. We're going to do some poses that'll definitely take care of that. So the first thing I want y'all to do is go into child's pose. Knees apart, toes together. And you're going to reach for the top of the mat as we usually do. Couple inhales, couple exhales. And then I want you to start to crawl your hands over towards the right top corner of your mat. Maybe one hand on top of the other. Good, then crawl your hands over to the other side. Right on top of the left, if you're taking that route. Good. Then we're going to come back to the center. Come on to all fours, tabletop position. Bring the knees directly under the hips, hands are under the shoulders. We'll do our cat-cows. Big inhale, look up. Exhale, back. Again, inhale, looking up. And exhale, back. Inhale up. And exhale. Let's do two more. Good. Then I want you to come to a flat back neutral spine. And then we're going to go into the opposite direction. So more horizontal. So think side to side, looking over your right shoulder. And then I want you to almost make a curve with your back while you're doing this. So you look like the letter C. Come to a neutral spine. To the other side, look over the other shoulder. And side to side, look right. And look left. So we're just giving a little bit different mobility to the spine here. Instead of just making it go up and down, we're gonna have it go left and right. One more time. Excellent. Puppy pose, one of my favorite poses. I want you to keep the butt over your knees. Start to stretch your hands forward, almost like you're going back into child's pose. And stay here for a moment. Just start to feel your back stretch. Now if you start to feel any pain, bring your elbows back a little bit more towards your shoulders. And just try to melt your chest down to the ground. Dolphin pose. We're gonna come tuck the toes. Start to walk the feet up to the elbows as close as we can. Stay here for a little bit. Stretch out the hamstrings because those are attached to the low back. And usually the tightness there will definitely start creating some problems. 3 more breaths. 3. Good. Now we're going to tiptoe back to a forearm or a dolphin plank, whatever you want to call it. But either way, shoulders are over the elbows. We're pressing the forearms. We're going to stay here about 20 seconds. Now, if you guys want to stay here, you're perfect. But if you want to get a little extra exercise in, maybe raise the right foot, then the left foot. You can alternate that for 10, 9, 5, 4. If you were doing the foot raises, chill out for a second. Take 2 breaths with me here. And lower down, Sphinx pose. You're gonna lift up your chest. Try to bring the chest through the shoulders. And again, you're pressing the forearms just as you were before. Look over to the left. And then to the right. Come back to the center. And then start to lower down. Before you lower your face down, you're going to lock the fingers behind your back. Lift the face back up off the floor, but keep your head looking down so your neck isn't crunched up. 2 breaths. And release, look to the right. Good. Then I want you to flip your palms so they're down on the ground. Bring your chin to the floor. You're gonna start to lift up the left leg as much as you can. Try not to turn over on your side though. Hold it for 3. And slowly lower down with your exhale. Good. Raise the right up. Hold it for 3. And then slowly bring it down. Good. Now we're going to bring up the upper body. So just try to lift your chest as much as you can. Maybe pull the hands down a little bit more, but ultimately you want to keep them straight. Keep the gaze towards the floor so your neck isn't crunched. Again, 3. And let it go. If it feels good to windshield wipe your legs, you certainly may do so. And then coming back into child's pose, push back. Looking up to the top, come into downward dog, and just stretch out your down dog. First one of the evening. Bend the right knee, then the left knee. Whatever you did in dolphin pose, you might want to do here too. Maybe both heels try to go down. But as I always tell you, please don't force anything here. Now we want the force to be with you, not with the yoga. Good. Looking up to your hands, walk or jump, forward bend. Once you're here, grab opposite elbows, sway a little side to side. Shake the head left and right, say nope. Up and down, yes. Release the elbows and slowly come up one backbone at a time. Head and shoulders are back. I want you to just stand in mountain for a second just to feel yourself centered, alright? Take a moment, pause, breathe, and just appreciate your existence. Sometimes we're so caught up in thinking we gotta be this or that 24/7, and then we berate ourselves whenever we say, I'm just existing right now. And sometimes that's one of the best things you can do, not just for yourself, but for the world. Show the world that it needs to chill. Show the world it needs to take a step back. Show the world it's okay to just be here. Take a deep breath in, reach the arms up. Cactus, breathe it out. Good, reach the hands back high. And then all the way down with a flat back. I want you to try to maintain that straight spine as you come down. Let's go 3 times, halfway up. And forward bend. Halfway. And down deeper we go. Last time, flat back, get it back. And then take it down with you to plank as you step your feet to the bottom of the mat. We'll do the first vinyasa together, and we're gonna use our knees to go into cobra. So I want you to shift forward, lower down halfway. Then once your knees are in a safe spot, lower down your tummy, gently lift the chest, cobra. And then exhale, down dog. Raise your right leg up and open the hip. Keep the arms straight, try to keep them evenly distributed with weight. And then we're gonna go knee to the nose. Good, back it up. And then exhale, step between the hands, crescent pose. Now if you guys really wanna work your abs, lift up with the arms and the chest. Rather than just pulling your back, right? We don't want no walking dead stuff. We want to feel confident as Cardi B up in here. Deep inhales as you pull the back heel towards the wall. And then warrior 2, we're gonna open up the hip, change the feet, try to keep the shoulders relaxed. Sink a little deeper if you can. And Flip your front palm, reverse it. And then exhale, windmill the arms down. We're gonna go cobra to down dog. So again, if you wanna try to use your knees as little as possible, go halfway first, then drop the knees to support yourself down. Nothing wrong with a little insurance policy there. Left leg goes up. Open up the hip. Awesome. Knee to the nose. Back up. Step between the hands, crescent pose. Remember how I taught you to lift up? Good. Breathe gently. Don't let yourself hyperventilate here. Let's take one more deep inhale. And then very smoothly transitioning to warrior two. Check the hands, check the feet. Once you're looking good as the streets, easy. You can start to let it evolve gently, all right? So maybe stick with a nice short one first, and then as you start to get more comfortable, that's when you can split further and further. Deep inhale, reverse it. And then windmill down, cobra to the down dog. And back. Look up to your hands, walk or jump, forward bend. If you're gonna jump, try to land lightly. Halfway, and down. Reach the arms high, cactus arm. Good, hands come back up. We're gonna catch the left wrist and pull it over to the right. And then over to the left. Do the same with the right hand. Good, back to the center. And then chair pose, sit down low. So in order to make sure that your back is protected here, you gotta keep your knees on the same line here. Once one knee starts creeping forward, that can cause some issues in the future. So no matter how low you go, try to keep the knees behind the toes and on the same starting line. Let's do one more inhale. And then stand up, hands to heart, exhale. Arms by your side, find your grounding again. Find your simpleness. Simplicity, simpleness. Again, just existing. Left leg is going to lift up. We're going to hold on to the front of the knee first, circle the ankle around. And then extend the leg forward. And tree pose. So going out to the side, I want to turn for a second just so you guys can see me. You could either use your foot as a kickstand on the calf or your inner thigh, just not your knee because it's not strong enough. And remember, that foot that's going up against your muscles gas to apply pressure. So make sure it's not just up there tapping it. Really press it into the thigh or to the calf. We're here for 3. And crescent pose. So you can step back as softly as you want, maybe as slowly as you need. And into warrior two. Awesome, flip the front palm, reverse it. And then side angle. So I want you to reach out as much as you can first. Right arm on the right thigh, left hand up. Now for today's class purposes, I want to reach the left hand over the ear towards this front door and me, probably your front wall, maybe the mirror, whatever it is, but you're reaching over the head. I want you to keep that for 4 breaths. Maybe the bottom arm expands down. Maybe it stays resting. Last 2. And then left hand to the ground, right hand to the sky, twisting lunge. So we're trying to keep that front foot and that front hand in the same line. Back leg as straight as can be, but we're gonna drop the hips. And standing split, back leg in the air. For 3. And feet together. Excellent. Halfway up and down. Stand up, reach for the stars. Cactus arms. Hands high and to the heart. Great, let's go over to the right knee. So first grab it from the front. Give a little circle and a twist. Twist it off the foot. Yeah, we twisted it off the foot. And tree pose. So this side might be different. You might notice that balance is a little bit better. Maybe it's not so much better on this side, but that's okay. Because awareness is your superpower right now, not balance. Just be aware of how your body is on this side compared to the other one. Think about what we'll work on, what will improve. I know, I'm talking too much. You guys are like, just shut up. I'm trying to look, I'm trying to focus. Keep your eyes looking at something that won't move, and then slowly transition to your crescent pose. Maybe that warrior 3 between. Boom, boom. Safe and sound. Warrior 2. Reverse. And then side angle. So I don't want to just, right? I want to reach out first, because that's already going to give me stretch into my lumbar / low back. Top hand's going up, and then to stretch it even more, I'm now going to reach over the ear. So we're still reaching. We're at a constant motion. Even though it don't look like it, this is what the trainers like to call a static exercise. If you did something on the other side, maybe the arm came down. Take your last 2 deep breaths. Great. Right hand goes down, left hand goes up. And then standing split, back leg in the air. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and feet together, forward bend. Give it halfway up and down. Halfway. Plank, hands down, feet back. All right, guys, let's go for upward facing dog. So if you need to use your knees, that's okay. From plank, we're gonna shift forward. Lower down halfway. Once those arms are 90 degrees, that's my cue. Big inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Raise the right leg up. Open up your hip. And right knee to the right elbow. Good. Go straight to the left elbow. Right from there. And back up to the sky. Step through, warrior 2. So immediately into the side position. From here, we're gonna reverse the warrior and then straighten the front leg, triangle pose. So reach out as much as you can. First Betty boop that left hip, boop boop be doop. When you can't reach no more, that's your signal to come down. Now if you guys got a block, it's all good. Use that block. Here for 3. 2. The half moon pose. So back leg's gonna come up in the air. Now I'm not using a block here, but I highly suggest it. That way if you're going down, you're gonna feel more collapse in your back rather than a stretch. But if you can try to keep your spine parallel to the floor, back leg kicking as big as Bruce Lee, front of the head going towards the door, whatever your front is. It's almost like our head and foot are being pulled apart. So just imagine your spine doing the same thing. Warrior two. And then pivot the back foot, crescent pose. Lock your fingers behind you, give it a little pull. And then lean forward, not too deep. We're gonna step in slowly to chair pose. Maybe this time if you wanna add a little booty bounce, you can. 5 on the booty bounce. 4, 3, 2, and down to the ground. Halfway up. Vinyasa, up dog to down dog, or you can always take that cobra instead if you're feeling the cobra. Left leg goes up. And then left to the left, see if you can touch that tricep. Good, swing it over to the right. Come back up. And step through, warrior two. Good, straight leg as we reverse it. Going into triangle pose, Trikonasana. Reach, reach, reach. Try to keep your gaze where your neck is most comfortable. Give me 3 peaceful breaths. And then half moon. Try to find your focus first. Look at something that isn't moving. Use all 4 corners of the feet just like your mountain pose. Try not to grip the mat with your toes. Slowly come back, warrior two. Crescent pose. Lock the fingers behind your back. Good, then lean forward. Chair pose. This time option to come off of the heels. If you can go lower for 4, 3, 2, and down to the ground. Halfway up and down. Again, halfway and down. This time halfway, hands down, feet back. Last vinyasa if you want to take it, or just hold the plank, all right? If you did a vinyasa, you're holding plank now with us. You can't get away that easy. Let's hold it here for 4, 3, 2, and then nice and easy, lower down as slow as you can into crocodile pose. Forehead on top of the arms. I'm gonna scooch back a little bit here. Half frog pose. So you're gonna bend the right knee. Try to get the toes into the crease of the elbow if you can. And you wanna keep those knees pretty close with each other. We're just gonna keep pulling the heel down into the boot. Gently release the right leg. Take your time moving over to the left. Again, toes into the elbow crease. Now if you guys are starting to cramp up in your foot, because I do know that that happens once we've started to do some rigorous things, I want you to first think that make sure you're drinking enough water, but also don't crunch your toes. Don't flex anything right now. Nothing in the leg needs to be working. This is all arm pulling heel to butt. Three, 2, Good, nice and easy, let it go, back to crocodile. Now for this next one, you're gonna lock the fingers behind your back, zip your feet together, and then lift up the chest and legs so you're on the soft part of your belly, alright? Locust. If you want to take it to floor bow pose, bend the knees, grab your feet, hold it here as you kick your feet into your hands. Again, we're on the soft part of our belly. 3 inhales, 3 exhales. Keep the neck relaxed, same with your face, last 2. And let go with the arms by your side. Big sigh of relief. It's okay, guys. You're in your tempo, you're in your crib. Nobody to judge you here. Look to the other direction. And then come back into child's pose. Excellent. Then we're going to actually stand on our knees for camel pose. So for today's purposes, I want to do a very modified camel. Obviously, if you guys want to go right to right, left to left, you could do camel pose just like so, but because we're paying attention to our low back, I don't want to do anything to mess up all the work we just did. So actually, if you guys are cool with it, just do hands to the low back today. We're going to go right to right, left to left, and I want you to squeeze your elbows in first as much as you can. Then very organically, just start to push the hips forward until your head naturally drops back. And then stay here a couple breaths. And lift up the head. Gently sit back onto your heels. Hero pose. And we'll just take a moment here to pause. Appreciate our strength through the standing series. Appreciate our spines, man. They've been through everything since birth. Swing the legs around. Not to say our other bones haven't been there since birth, but this guy is vital. That's MVP right there. Let's start with right foot in, left leg out. Reach up high and go for the toes, or whatever you can get a hold of. Now, I've said this before in other videos too. Anytime we're going for a seated forward bend, or even a bend in that matter, you can always bend your knee a little bit because I'm more concerned about your back rather than your hamstring. That being said, you're hinging, trying to keep your chest up, and then maybe the leg can go into extension, but don't think the leg has to be straight first, because then what happens is we end up looking like Frankenstein. You know, shoulders up in the earrings. Other side, switch and reach up, and then hinge where you can. Again, we don't want to wear the shoulders as earrings, so please try to keep them out of your face. Beautiful. From here, both legs go out. Big inhale, we reach to the sky. Hinge forward. Take 5 therapeutic breaths. Good. Slowly rolling all the way down to your mat, one backbone at a time. As soon as your head's there, just take a moment and again exist. Just be still. Nothing to think about, nowhere to go. Bridge pose. Press the feet under your knees, lift the booty up, lock your fingers behind you as you press into those heels even harder. Wiggle your toes. Take your last 2, inhale and exhale. And then slowly from top to bottom, all the way to a touchdown on our tailbone. And then butterfly, feet together, knees apart. Reach back and stretch. Drop the knees left and right. And then right ankle on top of the left knee, figure 4 stretch. We're gonna pull that left knee in as much as we can. Now let's say you're a little tight here and your head inevitably is coming up. You guys can always use voila, a yoga block. If you have one, use it as a pillow, just so you feel at a very euphoric state here. You don't want to be aggressive or like hauling stuff in with no, we're hugging. We're hugging our knee because we got to be socially distant from everybody else. I'm gonna ditch my block, but you could keep yours. There's an option to straighten your left leg up to the sky if you want to. You could do that for the last 3 breaths. And switch.
Let's go.
As always, guys, I want to take this time for thanking you for tuning in, and make sure you do give yourself a little bit of thanks later on today, that you took care of yourself, that you did something to better yourself, you know. If you straighten your leg on the other side, please honor the symmetry on this one. And when you're ready to release, one hand on top of each knee, circle the knees together and apart. Other direction. Raise the right leg up straight as an arrow. Try to pull the toes to your nose. And then the knee across the body. As you reach to the right, try to keep your shoulder blades down. And then we go to the other side. First with the left leg straight up. And then we twist. Come back to the center. Hug your knees in as tight as you can. Take a deep, 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 deep breath. And then exhale, lie down on your mat in the most comfortable position. Shaking out any tension you may be holding on to. One last time, get rid of it. Take a breath from me like that. Deep inhale. And just allow your body and your mind to drift away into complete relaxation. Enjoy the stillness. Shavasana. slowly start to reset, wiggling your fingers and your toes. Reach your arms back, give it a good morning stretch. And then gently roll to the right side. Whenever you're ready to take a seat, please do so as peacefully as possible. Try to keep the face relaxed, your sinuses, your temples, your jaw. Bring the hands to the heart. Take 2 deep breaths. Before we take this last breath, I want you to take another moment to just appreciate yourself and your spine. Whether you may be a little agitated that you have low back pain, or whether it comes and goes, or whether you're feeling 100%, understand and know that your back is a beautiful thing, that what it's gone through is a story to tell. It's persistence, it's passion, it could be anything for somebody else who may have to endure the same thing. And the biggest thing we want to be able to tell people is that they do have the powers to heal themselves. So my friends, thank you for taking the power to heal yourself today. One more deep breath together. Rub the palms, cover the eyes. Appreciate yourself and love yourself. Namaste. Amigos, thank you so much for joining me this evening. I hope you had as much fun as I did, and I hope that your backs are feeling a little bit better. If you like this video, or if you want to see more videos, just shoot me an email, send a comment, let me know, share this with somebody who needs it. Much love, everybody.